Today's modern age is filled with distractions around every corner. We are constantly bombarded by information, ads, and notifications via our phones. It is so easy to get distracted, to start scrolling, and before you know it, your day is gone. There is nothing more frustrating than when you need to get a whole lot of work done and the environment around you just doesn't want to seem to allow that to happen. In today's video, we dive into how you can protect your deep work even in an extremely distracted world. My name is Emil Nell, and just like you, I get distracted very easily. Every time my phone rings or I get a notification, my focus is broken. Combine this with an office full of people and the need for constant interaction, and you have the perfect recipe to get almost nothing done in a day. And this was exactly the problem that I faced back in 2021. You see, back then I didn't yet know how to protect my focus and my deep work, and that led me to constantly being distracted. Now, I want to be extremely clear here by saying that even if you find yourself stuck in meetings or doing things just to be busy rather than be productive, then that is still a form of distraction. You see, back then I was constantly being distracted by attending meetings, stacks and stacks of paperwork, my phone ringing all the time, and the constant noise and irritation of receiving email and phone updates. Apart from that, I also had people constantly running into my office just to find out something quickly. This meant that even though I was working from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., I wasn't moving the needle on my growth and objectives. I decided that something had to change, and I started researching productivity. I read everything from The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss to Atomic Habits by James Clear. I watched thousands of hours of YouTube content, everything from Ali Abdaal to Alex Hormozi. And while all of this helped, I still wasn't cranking the progress on my personal goals and objectives. You see, I would set goals at the start of the year and then set those exact same goals for the coming year, because I never got to them and I never achieved them, even though I was super busy and feeling productive. I added more and more hay to my fork until one day I just completely burnt out. I couldn't keep up with everything, and it just all became too much. You see, even when I went past the point of burnout, I couldn't just stop, because the hamster wheel I was running on needed to run in order to stay intact. I couldn't remove myself from the business because that is what needed me to keep the daily operations running. Now, it took me almost a year to recover from burnout, and during this time I kept asking myself one simple question: what needs to change for me to move closer towards my strategic objectives? And how do I prevent this from ever happening again? During my research, I came across a book by Cal Newport called Deep Work. And the slogan said, "Rules for focused success in a distracted world." And that seemed to hit really, really close to home. And if you are looking for your next book to read, I would really recommend this. This is an extremely powerful read, and it's one of those books that just has to change your life completely. After reading this book, I realized the profound value of being able to work in a focused environment and to really put in the time to get to the point of deep work and where you enter a state of flow. And I am now such a big fan of deep work that I have daily deep work sessions in my everyday life, and it has become part of my baseline productivity system. The key here is not to just do it every now and then, but rather to build in deep work sessions in your daily productivity system to ensure that it's not something that you get to on a random basis, but rather something that you rely on to help you on your journey of constantly seeking clarity and focus. So here is how I do it. I try to block out 1 to 2 hours in my calendar, aiming for every day, but at least for the majority of the weekdays. I then try and be extremely specific of what I want to achieve and what I want to be working on during this session. I close my door and I put on some really slow, sometimes jazzy focus music on my headphones, and I take about 5 to 10 minutes just to settle in and to really get my mind focused on what I'm about to work on. After this, I put my phone on silent and I just try and move it outside of my field of view, and then I start working. And the crazy thing here is, like, a focus session of an hour to 2 hours might seem very long, but as you dive into this state of flow, you actually lose track of time. You work so hard and so focused on the specific activity during that session of time that it actually consumes you. And a lot of times I'll have my alarm going off after 2 hours and I'd feel like I've been working for 20 or 30 minutes. And it is actually so profound, because if I look back on the amount of work that I am able to get done in these sessions, it is sometimes more work than I was able to get done in a week back in 2021 when I was still super distracted. It is crazy because now I work on my strategic objectives on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And the things that just don't drive that growth and pushes the needle for me, I just don't do anymore. I cut it completely from my week. And that has really helped me to really just focus on the things that matter to me and the things that drive the needle on growth for me. This allows me to strategically reinvest my time back into the business. It allows me to do more of the things I love. And it just allows me also to spend more time with the people that are most important to me. And I've found that these are the important things in life. And the crazy thing is, you can do all of this while still being super productive and actually spending less time working, because the amount of time you put in just multiplies so much faster than when you work in a distracted state. Now, if you found value in this video, I'd appreciate if you can hit that like button. And if you want to see me in your feed more often, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, if you are interested in finding out more about my 3 most powerful productivity habits to unlock financial and time freedom in your life, then go and check out this video next.